In math today, we are going to learn about representing fractions. Representing is just another way to say showing. We will be showing fractions in different ways. We are going to talk about 3 ways to represent fractions today. You can represent fractions using pictures, numbers, and words. Before we begin, let's remember what fractions are. Fractions are equal parts of a whole or group. Let's start representing fractions. Here I have a circle that has been divided into 2 equal parts. This is a picture of a fraction. Because my circle is divided into 2 groups, I can put a number 2 underneath a line. This number 2 is a denominator. It shows how many equal parts my circle has been divided into. When something is divided into 2 equal parts, we call those halves. I'm going to fill in one of the equal parts of my circle. Now, one of the halves are colored. So I'm going to write a 1 above the 2. That shows that one of the equal parts are colored. To read this fraction, we say 1/2. So I'm going to write 1/2 in words. I need to change halves to half because I just have 1/2 colored, and I'm going to write 1/2. This is how to represent a fraction using pictures, numbers, and words. Let's try another one. Here I have a rectangle that has been divided into 3 equal parts. So I'm going to write a 3 as my denominator. And when something is divided into 3, we call those thirds. Now I'm going to shade in 2 of my equal parts. So I'm going to write a number 2 above my number 3 as my numerator. To read that fraction, I say 2/3. So I'm going to write 2/3. I have represented 2/3 using a picture, numbers, and words. Let's try one more, but this time I'm going to start with words. Here is the word eighths. Eighths means that something has been divided into 8 pieces. That means that our denominator will be 8. And here's an example of a shape that's been divided into 8 pieces. Now, if my words said 6/8, that means I would put a 6 above my 8, and I would need to shade in 6 squares. I have shown 6/8 using pictures, numbers, and words. Let me show you some of the pictures, numbers, and words you'll need for representing fractions today. If something has not been divided into equal parts, we simply call that a whole, and we just write the number 1. We don't write a fraction. If something has been divided into 2 equal parts, a 2 is our denominator, and we say that it has been cut in half or into halves. If something has been divided into 3 equal parts, we use 3 as our denominator, and we use the word thirds. If something has been divided into 4 equal parts, 4 is our denominator, and we use either the word fourths or quarters. If something has been divided into 5 equal parts, 5 is our denominator, and we use the word fifth. If something's been divided into 6 equal parts, 6 is our denominator, and we say sixths. If something has been divided into 7 pieces, we use 7 as our denominator and we say the word sevenths. If something's been divided into 8 pieces, 8 is our denominator and we use the word eighths. If something's been divided into 9 equal pieces, we use 9 as our denominator and we use the word ninths. Finally, if something has been divided into 10 pieces, we use the number 10 as our denominator and we say the word tenths. In your work today, you will come across fractions that have been represented using numbers and words. It's your job to complete the picture by shading in the appropriate amount of equal parts, like this. On the left, you can see that 4/6 are colored in, and on the right, 3/4 are colored in. I could also say 3/4 are colored in. Remember, when we are representing fractions, we can use pictures, numbers, or words.